Hello, everyone! The adventure continues in the World Series of Poker main event, a true marathon run in Texas Hold'em. 10 days of play, 12 hours a day. It takes exceptional stamina to go the distance. Adrian Mateos, for his part, is no first-timer, and it was no problem for him to find the second win to continue increasing his stack on day 3. We find our hero at the end of the evening for the last hands of the day, in a dominant position with over 150 blinds. Come on, Adrian, we're not giving up.
It's already 10 o'clock at night in Vegas. It's getting late. This player opens again. He is very active. Queen 8 on the button. I have to play it. I'm going to just call. Good flop top pair. Possibly the worst kicker that we can call with here on the button, or one of the worst. I have the option to bet or to check. The big blind has many more 4x. I think it's a flop where I can't bet too often, because the big blind can punish me quite a bit. The big blind decides to bet 1/3. The player under the gun calls. Not the best situation, but the price is good. It's 14 for a pot of more than 80. I'm going to call one time and I'll see what I'll do on the river. My range of overcall on the button is strong. My opponents are going to expect strong hands in my range. Not super strong, but I'm often going to have the queen. The big blind checks. It's a board with very few draws. If under the gun bets, I'm going to be in trouble. I don't have value on the river. He bet ace-9, very, very loose. And I win a nice pot. Last hand before the break.
All tournament dealers in the championship main event finish the hand you're on. Senior players on a 20-minute break. This will be the last break of the evening, players. Just a reminder, we will come back and play one more level tonight. 20-minute break, dealers, when the hand is complete at your table. Players, we do ask that you kindly exit the tournament area when you're on break, please. 20 minutes. This is the last break of the evening in the main event.
One more card. Last hand and we'll get to the last break of the day. Good stack, about 800,000 chips. Very happy with the work achieved. Everything is going well. But hey, there are 2 hours remaining. 2 more hours during which, even if we are tired, we have to play well. Besides, my opponents will definitely be more tired than me.
Yeah, he's nice.
טוב, יאללה, אני אעשה עוד פעם.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of
Thanks.
course.
Thanks.
תודה, יאללה.
Thanks. How are you, man? All the best, eh? I watch you all the time, man.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, man.
Good luck, but stop taking this
Thank
money.
you very much.
Yeah, what is it?
2 more hours only.
2 more hours. Only, you said?
Yeah.
So
Gotta go, no?
the European Championships in Spain, or you didn't care much?
What? I was watching the nice match.
What you a fan of the national team?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
What a team! Wow.
All the 16-year-old.
The young generation.
יאללה, בוא נשאר לנו זמן.
Amazing.
See you.
See you later.
They're playing the last hand, and I want to see how it ends. They're done.
Was good.
What?
I was ahead with the set of deuce.
Can't tell you. At the end of the day. He's asking for information about the hand in which I had ace-8. But nothing. I keep it to myself. Back to the table for the last 2 hours of play.
All main event players, you should be back in your seats at this time. Tournament dealers returning with a 3,000 small blind, 6,000 big blind, please begin. Cards are back in the air, level number 15 in the main event. This is the last level of the evening.
We're getting closer to the bubble. I don't know if it will burst today or tomorrow. It's going to be close. I'm in the big blind. Another open from this player with whom I've already played a few hands today. With this hand, it's an obvious call.
Heads up. Yeah. 10.
Small bet. My hand mainly wants to call. From time to time we can raise. But well, here it's mainly a call.
Oh.
The turn is interesting. It can be a donk bet, but often a check. My hand can go for both options.
Yeah. Yeah. River.
The flush gets completed. I end up with jack of high and I have to bluff this hand. The question is the sizing. I can go for 1/3 or I can make it bigger like 3/4 or even overbet. But with this combo, I prefer to go for a small bet.
17.
The bluff gets through. Small pot. Another good outcome. Standard open on the button.
12. Call.
The player on my left calls with 50 blinds.
Heads up.
Bad flop. I don't think I can see bet here.
Yeah.
It's one of my worst hands that gets here. 7 high, no backdoor.
Yeah.
But this turn gives me a gut shot. And here, after 2 checks from my opponent, I do think I have to start bluffing. 7 high, I'm not going to win a showdown. I think it's a good bluff on the turn. I don't block the weak part of my opponent's range. And I have value hands that want to play like this. So there we go. Logical bluff. I decide to go for a big bet.
33.
He gives up and I take it. A day where everything is going well. The whole tournament in general. I'm running good. I'm making the right decisions and I'm very comfortable.
Testing.
I'm going to defend my blind.
Heads up. Yeah. Big.
Small bet for my opponent. My hand is going to want to call. I have to continue with his gut shot against this sizing.
Oh.
Good card on the turn. Amazing turn. It's a card that favors my range. I can donk bet from time to time. I have to mix it up between a checking range and a donk betting range. I decide to donk bet big.
$33.
A bit of freestyle in the main event. He calls me relatively quickly. River 10. I have the nuts. I have the best possible hand. And I have to value bet. The question is the sizing. I think that at the minimum I have to bet 3/4, even more, whatever I think he's capable of calling. I'm not sure. I don't know whether I should overbet or go for 3/4 pot. I'm not sure. That's the decision of this hand. Checking doesn't make much sense. He's not going to have enough bluffs here, and my hand wins more money by betting. I decide to make it pot.
$112.
This player already bluff catch me when I had the straight with 7-4. And now I'm putting him in another tough spot. It's very likely he has the ace. He's going to have a hard time folding the ace. I don't think he's going to raise me after making all these gestures. So, well, hopefully he'll call. He's thinking about it. He's preparing chips to call. A very important pot, especially if he calls, it's a big pot. He's suffering. It seems like he has a complicated decision. He's not sure at all, and he doesn't know what to do. He's been thinking for a long time. I'm trying to keep my poker face. I'm gonna call the clock. It's very uncomfortable to maintain this position on the river without moving, without giving tells for such a long time. He's already had a lot of time to think about the hand. It's time to call the clock.
Time.
Floor, 5:32. Time.
Where's he at?
Right here.
Has a player had enough time to act on it?
Yeah.
Thank you. You have 30 seconds starting now. We'll get to 10 seconds. I'll let you know. 5 seconds, we'll have a countdown. If we reach 0, your hand will be dead. Ten seconds.
How much? How many?
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Call.
He calls at the last second. Nice.
37 straight.
Nice, nice, nice. He almost folded, thank goodness.
1.
Nice pot. It looked like he was going to fold during the countdown, and at the last second, he decided to call. Stacking the chips after having won a big pot is one of my favorite feelings.
Alright, everyone's in.
Seven, 7 in middle position.
Es ist auch so, wie, genau, so wie, aber auch wie man das jetzt zum Beispiel sagt. Weil ich glaube, den habe ich halt dann rausgelegt. Ich hab den sogar
The big blind defends. He's also playing quite a few chips.
später zu Ende war.
I managed to surpass the 1 million mark in chips, which is always nice. A flop that we're often going to see bet on King 8-5 Rainbow. I decide to make it 1/3. The turn is a 6. It gives me an open-ended straight draw. It makes no sense to bet here with my hand. It's a check, and depending on what comes on the river, I will decide. A board pairing 6, which is not very good. He has a few 6x in his range.
Players, at this time, I need all spectators outside.
If he bets, I'm going to be in a tough spot.
If you're in the middle of orange and red, you're more than welcome to go to the front of the room, stay inside the room in the red section.
Theoretically, my hand is more of a call, but he chose a big sizing. His main bluffs come from suited broadways with a backdoor. Hands like Jack 10, 10-9, Queen Jack, Queen 10 with a backdoor. These are hands that are going to call on the flop and bluff on the river. But he used a big sizing, and with 7-7 it's borderline. He also has a lot of King X. I think it's a marginal spot here with 7-7. I'm not sure what to do really. I don't think he's bluffing with ace highs. Ace jack, ace 10, these kinds of hands, I think he's going to check. And his broadways combos are only suited combos. I'm not sure that's enough. He chose a big sizing. I'm not too sure how to interpret this. It's borderline, but oh well, I'm going to be creative. I'm going to raise him. I think I have a hand that can raise from time to time. The call is borderline, the fold is borderline. And I block the straights, I block the trips. I have some 6x that would play like this. And to raise on the river seems like a good move to me.
Listen, thank you. This is the hand that you need to attack, not my big blind.
The hand with 7-7, if he had bet smaller, I would have had a clear call, but with a big sizing, I decided to turn it into a bluff. I think that it works rather well, and that it puts his King X in a very tough spot. Hands like King 10, King Jack, King Queen suffer a lot from a raise on the river. And between the hands that I beat and the ones that I can get to fold, I think the raise works rather well.
He said the money bubble is back to hit early day 4.
Who said that?
On the strip.
No, I read
That's a general prediction.
late day 3 or early day 4.
You made the money? You know, maybe they have good cheese. Yeah. Anytime I go to European stuff, it's not all the Lithuanian or Lithuanian cheese.
I'm going to raise for value here. Blind versus blind. We are very deep.
24.
We're both chip leaders at the table, with over 1 million in chips each.
I wasn't allowed to play it. I wasn't allowed to play it.
King 8 is a strong hand in this spot.
You had to have the back seat. I didn't think. 6? Oh, 5.
10-10-2, it's an offensive flop where I'm going to c-bet a lot.
Last time I was on the bubble with million chips and me and one guy,
Also, I don't think my opponent is going to punish me with enough check raises.
I finished myself actually.
However, this hand can also be a candidate to check with on the flop. I decide to bet half the pot.
I asked him. I asked the floor. He said that they really don't know, but most likely they see tomorrow. In 10 minutes they will decide, depending on
If you play till 3 o'clock, then you have to come back tomorrow 12.
won't be until 3, but
You never know the
yeah,
bubble.
you don't know. So he said
Bubble
most
take
likely
hours.
it will be tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
This is what he said.
My friend won the main event, my other friend got second, and my other friend over there got 7th.
Where, in the main event?
Yeah.
What, who are your friends?
My friend?
Yeah.
No, England and then Americans. Nick Marchington, I don't know if you know Nick Marchington.
You got second?
7th.
7?
And then Scott Blumstein first,
Yeah, I
and
know.
then Dan Ott second.
Then all that.
Yeah.
Check on the turn.
He lost to Greg Melson, no? Then.
He would take third.
Inflating the pot with king high is not good because I block the hands that I want to get him to fold.
No, Greg Merson?
No, so who?
That was 12 years ago. This one was Scott versus Dan Ott. Both
Again, I
second
need to
place.
keep all spectators out, guys.
Ah, okay.
Want to make sure
Ah,
we
your
keep a
friend?
good number on this field. Please be patient.
2017.
He bets small and here, well, I have a
Scott
bluff
won, he was
catcher.
pretty much eating
I don't
ramen
think
out
he's
of
betting
the
ace high
apartment
here.
in
So
Jersey.
he either has a pair,
New
and he
Jersey,
doesn't have that many of
I
them.
think, yeah.
I met him at
Yeah.
I can call from time to time. It seems crazy, but it's not that crazy. Still, I don't think he has a lot of worse hands that check call on the flop. And my hand is not great, the 8 of spades doesn't help. A lot of his hands that can bluff me on the river have an 8 of spades. Alex Livingston arrived at the table with a stack. Definitely one of the tournament's chip leaders. He has me covered.
I wasn't complaining. It was really boring over now.
He has over 1,500,000.
Don't worry, there is not boring.
I know, it looks more exciting actually. There's stacks, people are doing stuff.
Our table is crazy, with a lot of stacks well above average.
Is this your peak?
But well, the end of the day is getting close. It looks like we're not going to reach the money today.
I feel like, I don't know to tell you how I feel.
Good. This time good.
Today's two was great, nice play.
I bagged 38K.
No, when you was counting the pot, I was counting the pot too, and I say 112, and you put 112. The same moment I count, I make my count, I say 112, you say 112, I say, tick.
We both make the numbers, so it's
I
good.
mean, 30 is still a lot. It's 50
Yeah,
big
correct.
bucks.
Yeah.
But it's still, the main event feels like it's 10
Yeah.
at the moment. Yeah.
Great, it's 15,000.
Ace queen here on the cutoff. I can either 3-bet or call. 15, right?
I already feel the pressure.
I don't really want to play a huge pot against the only player who got me covered at the table, and arguably one of the best players at the table.
That's not nice.
I think that the value of my hand is similar, whether I 3-bet or call, so all good.
You never know.
4-way pot. Let's see what happens. Top pair. But well, we have to be careful. It's a 4-way pot. Very big bet, 2/3 of the pot. It's super big in a 4-way pot. I don't like this at all. My hand is strong, I'm going to call, but I don't like at all the sizing of this bet. It's true that we're on the bubble and he's going to open wide, but this sizing is a bit too big in this spot. The turn is a blank, a board pairing 2. He bets 55% of the pot. I really don't like this spot. But oh well, half pot, I have good pot odds. Is it possible for him to also have ace-queen sometimes? Or a flush draw that doesn't continue on the river? But his sizing on the flop still seems to be very alarming to me. I have a lot of doubts about this hand. It's probably a fold here. If I have a club, I fold. If I have the queen of clubs, it's definitely a fold. Without the queen, oof, I'm going to call, although I'm not too sure. The flush gets completed. Ugh, bad river. Now I almost always lose. I hope he has the same hand as me. And he checks. Turn it into a bluff. It's a bit risky to try to get him to fold ace-king. It could be worth it, but it's not even sure he would fold. I'm gonna check. He has 2 pairs. No, I think I made a mistake. I should have trusted my read on the flop more. His big bet was representing a lot of strength. I should have folded on the turn. This hand left a bad taste in my mouth. This hand got to me a bit. I think it's my biggest mistake of the day.
White copy to the dealer, yellow copy flat inside the bag, and the pink one is for you.
Again.
Also on the bags, we need your name, new table, new seat. You guys are pros at it.
End of the day, the last hands. It's been a great day, but it's true that this last hand against Alex affected me a bit. I think that I made a mistake and that I should have trusted my read more, as I did all day.
Starts red, orange, and blue. Last seat, 6 to go. Last hand of the night.
Theoretically, my hand could be a call, but I don't think he'd have enough bluffs with those sizings.
Not good.
Hey, no, it's no good.
That's right.
Even if it was good, I double down.
What, they do 3-turn on Mary?
Okay.
Guys, get up there with redraw slips a little quicker to you. All right, guys, we know everybody needs bags. Please quit scraping at the floor, guys. We know you need bags. They're coming as quickly as possible.
You guys already know what to do, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
You do it?
Good stack for day 4. 900,000 and something.
Okay, I mean.
Well, a stack of almost 2.5 times the average.
All these dealers that are standing up and waiting for bags, help them out. 2 tables this way.
Tomorrow there probably won't be as many chips as on today's table. Which is a good thing because it will allow me to take advantage of the bubble tomorrow, whereas today at this table I would not have been able to do it as much.
Yeah.
What is 506?
Nice.
506.
Spread, right?
Thank you, Lord.
It's red right here. Yeah, see.
Oh,
First time.
It'll be like right over there.
what first time?
First back.
time you play on
First gas.
First time, big turn. Like in like 5 hours. Remember, the yellow goes in the bag, the pink stays with you.
Do you get the white one?
Yes.
The yellow in the
What do you have?
What?
What did you have?
Oh,
When I have good.
When?
When I have good.
When he, but you didn't play the hand, right?
Yeah.
I have ace-8. Super. What do you have? That one?
what?
Ah, you have
Ace-6 deuce.
Me?
Yeah.
Against you?
Yeah.
When? What? Which?
Yeah. Xayal is Zug Stein Bayad Vasiti.
Ace-6 deuce. Eigenlijk gaan
8, 6
ja,
deuce,
serieus.
ace.
Ah, tens.
Pocket tens?
Yes. What did you have?
Ace 8. Top 2.
Open.
No, I hated the ace, but I thought maybe.
He had tens in the hand where I 3-bet on the turn with ace 8. Hola, good night.
Kijk.
Thank you. Night. It's time to go home, get some rest. There are already fewer people, so a bit less traffic in the parking lot. Hey, hello.
How are you?
Fine, all
Good
good.
day?
Yeah, do you need something?
Yeah, we're taking the picture.
Ah, yeah, okay, I forgot.
You mind?
Yeah, it's fine. Who is making day 2?
Romain,
Day 4?
Romain, and we have Renaud, the amateur guy,
Okay.
and another qualifier.
Okay. Hello, how are you? Good?
How much do you have?
960?
960, okay, 564.
You? 560?
Yeah.
Good.
Nice. Good luck for tomorrow.
Good luck tomorrow.
No,
Yeah, yeah.
960 is good stack.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Good luck
Good luck
tomorrow.
for tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, we can
You good there?
get ready, yeah. How was it
How
today?
much?
Hombre,
Hey, too happy, yeah? How much?
288.
Nice.
Oh, what an accident.
He's coming dancing. He's so fucking happy.
There you go.
Day 4. Let's go.
Let's go. Good night, guys. Bye, guys. See you tomorrow.
See you, Ed.
All right, it's over. More tomorrow.
Another day gone and another outstanding performance from you, Adrian. This third round of the main event ends just like the previous ones, with your stack at its highest. Only 1,527 players remain in the race among the 10,000 participants. And with your stack of 960,000 chips, you're in 84th place on the leaderboard at the end of the day. That's a very comfortable position to keep attacking relentlessly, especially as the bubble will burst tomorrow at the very start of day 4. We'll be alongside you for this crucial phase in the next episode of Inside the Mind of a Pro.